If you take the time to look, an amazing group of creatures can be found just under the leaves. I found this southern two-lined salamander.
Earlier this year, this creek was really clear, and just 100 feet, 200 feet, maybe best, I didn't clock it, but just, almost in eyesight, I can see where this flow of water starts. One of the things that I saw earlier this year was some minnows, and they were 4 to 5 inches long. I think I know what they were. I don't have a way to confirm that at this point in time. When I grew up, there was a minnow in the creeks around here. Remember, we're upstate South Carolina, and they were called horny heads. We caught and ate a lot of horny heads. The interesting part about that is, according to documentation now, they don't exist here and never have. But I know for a fact they did. You'll notice them by their thick body, and they have little points on the top of their head. There's still some in streams in the Midwest and further west. My grandmother, being an humble person that she was, or of good moral character, would not call them horny heads, but called them naughty heads, because horny wasn't a word they used back then. It's just a simple stream, but it's abundant with wildlife, and the things that we do affects this. Now, I would love to take my net and just come right through here and scoop all this up. I'm pretty sure I would get something interesting in there. But for years, this environment and this habitat has been growing and building, and I would totally disrupt it and tear it up just to show you a picture. I'm not going to do that. Maybe in the spring, I'll come back and we'll get some underwater shots of them living in their natural habitat. Until then, remember, it's a naughty head, not a horny head.
Do you see him? Did you see him? Yeah, these are little tree peepers. They don't live in the water like you think of bullfrogs and that, but they live around the water if they can. And they would certainly take refuge in the water to keep from being eaten by something else. You see this? That whole core is solid fat wood. I've been waiting, I don't know, 6-7 years now. I think it's starting to give up. Maybe it won't be long now. All fat wood. So there's lots of things we're thankful for in life. Being out here in nature is one of mine. I was thinking I should go ahead and have a Thanksgiving meal today. There's an interesting way that I want to cook it. I have 2 parts to it, and you would think I would need the 2-burner setup like you saw in an earlier video of mine where you can cook 2 things at one time. And then I decided that maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe I can cook them both at the same time on the same stove. We'll see how this works out. Stay with me. I'm going to have roasted, I'm going to read it, roasted turkey breast with herb dressing and cinnamon apples. Yeah, sounds pretty good to me. That's one of these little fellers. I like these little dinners. They're pretty good. You know, they're so much better than the banquets that I grew up on, maybe with those trays shoved in the oven and the I don't know, paper towel potatoes. Yeah, you had to put a lot in them to make them work. Let's give this a shot. It's a frozen dinner that might still be frozen, might not. It's been in the woods a while now. Now today I'm using my little blue stove. This is a little bag that it comes in. The whole stove is in here, not the gas tank, but the stove and the little foot that goes on it. Everything you need. These have become real popular. I think it's one of the best stoves ever made. It's a no-name brand. It's a little Chinese knockoff, I'm sure. And I think they're down to about 15 bucks now. But if you haven't got one, get you one. Everything fits right in here, and it works so good. It has fold-outs I'll show you. What I have, see, we have these fold outs that make the burner even bigger. See? It goes all the way around. It's made out of stainless steel. You can see it up under it. And I bought this separately, but I think it comes with them now. And I'm using a refilled propane tank. Now, when you use a refilled propane tank, excuse me, now when you use a refilled butane or isobutane tank on your stove, be sure that's what's in it, not propane. They're just not made for that. But use a scale. If you can get you one, they're not expensive, a little digital scale, and just be sure you didn't overfill it. On many of the tanks, it tells you what its gross weight is. Net weight is the amount of fuel in the tank. Gross weight is what you're going to be looking for when you pop it on your scale and say, oh, that's it, it's full. Right, because if it's too full, it's going to spew and sputter and do all kind of weird stuff. Mine might do that a little bit, Dave, because I just put the tank on top, opened up my valve, and let it run to the quit. Put it on. I measured it. It looked good. We'll find out if the temperature change now is going to make a big difference. My friend Bear from Journey of Bear made a video about the penalty for trash. They were penalty points, and I think maybe they were bear paws or something. I don't know. I thought it was really clever. But I wanted you to understand that this may not be the best option for hiking or camping, period, at all. It's just something that I decided to do today because I really like these little meals, and I wanted to do a Thanksgiving treat in the woods. So how do you cook a frozen dinner in the woods? So this is already done. I just need to cook it, but I need to get it ready at the same time so I can eat both pieces together. Now this is my setup that I have here. I have my pan. I'm going to put my apples and cinnamon in the top one, and I'm going to put my turkey and dressing in the bottom one and let the heat from this one hopefully cook this one. So what I'm going to do is just hopefully tip this out like that. That could have went so wrong in so many different ways. And then I'm going to get my apples. I think I am. Oh, I was hoping they were still frozen a little bit. Well, they are, but they're kind of smushy. I'm just going to lay them right in the middle. There's my my apples, my cinnamon apples. You hear it, but you don't see it. I think I just want to go ahead and put her right up on there. What I'm thinking I'm going to need is just a little touch of water in there, just to keep this from burning while it's doing what it needs to do. And that big old piece of chicken's in my way right there. Alright, get on there. I brought one of these no-name trash bags for that trash penalty that Bear came up with. It's going to get hot eventually. Oh, where's my lifter? Oh, I don't have one. Oh, shoot. Okay. It's getting warm. So let's turn it over. Stay in the pan. Stay in the pan. Ouch. That's warm. One side was anyway. There we go. See if I can get this plate off without toasting myself. Oh, that's coming along. Oh, I got a little bit of sticking obviously in this pan with a little bit of dressing down in there. And I think that's more than done, but I'm going to let it cook out a little bit. My apples are getting warm. Ah, I see steam. Well, I burnt my cloth. That's why you should bring your gripper. All right, so I'm just going to lift by the edges here. I think I can do that. Yeah, that feels pretty good. And I'm boiling some of the extra water out. All right, set that off. Maybe, just maybe, it won't take but a half a second on my plate. Turn it down some more. Look there. Some nice chicken, some gravy, some dressing, and some apples. And then, just because I want to, I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I got some of this Good as Gold Coffee Roasters Blend Kona. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. And my pod, just go right in. There we go. Cinnamon apples and turkey and dressing. Oh, wait a minute, I'm missing something. I have cranberry sauce. I'm not completely crazy. I've moved my plate up to my chair to use that as a bit of a table if I need to. Let's dive in. A little bit of cranberry sauce, a piece of turkey, and some dressing. Pretty good eating. See this? That's a big old piece of turkey. That was a big piece of turkey. I like my little spot in the woods here. It's all mine. At least today anyway. I'm just borrowing it from the state of South Carolina. There is a cool breeze coming up from over there, so my shirt's going to be going back on here any minute. That's good. Well, this is Mike from Mike's Wild World. I want to thank you for being with me. I hope you can see maybe the value in that turkey and dressing and the apple and cinnamon sugar mix there, along with a nice cup of coffee to follow it up with. Thank you for being with me, and I will see you next time. Try out this hammock for a little bit.
Like and subscribe if you can, and leave a comment. It's a wild world, so get out there, and thanks for watching.